and welcome to This Week in Bobcat Athletics. I'm Vice President of Athletics Craig McPhail, and it's been a while. We've gotten so busy with everything and had all the homecoming festivities and then Mother Nature and such that we've been a little delayed. Life's kind of gotten in the way, as you can imagine. But in the meantime, I wanted to let you know there are a lot of great things that are happening. We're wrapping up, and we're in that final stretch of our fall sports season. Cross Country's Conference Championship is this Friday. Cycling's heading to their mountain bike national championships. Men's soccer, women's soccer, and volleyball are in the stretch run of their conference schedule. So things are really kind of getting ready for the completion of the fall and the introduction of the winter, which means men's and women's basketball will be starting up, as will volleyball, as will indoor and indoor track and field. I'm telling you, it's a good time. I say that every time, but I really think you should come out and see these 18 to 22-year-olds compete in a high caliber NCAA Division II soccer, volleyball competition. I think you'll see that Bobcat Nation is really good. Plus, you'll get to see all the new enhancements as we've done, and you can be an investor. You can be a part of the difference, an impact player, as I like to say. In the meantime, sit back, relax, and let's get ready for This Week in Bobcat Athletics.
And welcome back to This Week in Bobcat Athletics. I'm Sports Information Director Chris Parker here with men's soccer head coach Rich Wall. Rich, you guys have been on fire in October. Talk to us about your team's performance.
I mean, in reality, it's just about coming together at the right time, and I think we're doing that. We've won 4 out of the last 5, including 3 in a row. We're going at it again tonight against North Greenville. So another big conference matchup for us, and hopefully a chance to get us moved further up the table. Right now we're in 5th, and we're looking to finish in 3rd.
I've been talking to you throughout the season. Your emphasis has been on your strong defense. But if your defense breaks down, Tyler Pavlett's been a pretty hard guy to score on. Can you talk about his performance this year?
Tyler started slow, to be fair. Our back 4 started slow. The last 3-4 games, they've all been just lights out. Unfortunately, we'll probably be without James Abraham tonight due to a foot injury, but Tyler, as you mentioned, I mean, he's been rock solid. I think he had 9 saves in the win at Mars Hill. The goal that he conceded was a penalty kick late in the game when we were up 2-0. But we also, we found strength in our numbers. Brian Thompson went out, James Abraham's been out, Kevin Rupert steps in, James Morgan went back to outside back where he played most of last year. So the versatility of some of our guys, and then the ability for some of the guys that haven't gotten a lot of minutes to step up in big situations like Kevin. I mean, that's been huge for us.
Talking about the strength, I mean, you guys, I believe, have 4 games in the last 8 days. Physically, obviously, it's going to be pretty demanding. Right. How are the guys holding up mentally and emotionally for game in and game out so soon?
Well, like you said, today's going to be the 4th game in 8 days. It helps when you've won the 3 prior to it. If we sat here and we lost the last 3, we'd probably be end of the world. But coming off the high of winning 3 straight games, 2 of which in conference, couple on the road were big wins. The confidence is through the roof right now. You can see it in the way everybody's interacting with each other, the way they're playing on the field right now for each other. And that's huge. Physically, yeah, we're a little beat up. Luckily, after tonight, we don't play until Tuesday, so we get about a 5-6 day, no competition break right there. So we'll get a day or 2 off, recover a bit, get back into training probably this weekend, and get ready for King on Tuesday next week.
And not looking past North Greenville, they're going to be a tough squad either way. Correct. But that matchup with King looms large in regards to possibly having a home match here in the playoffs. How are you guys going to kind of utilize that break just to refresh, but then also keep the mindset strong for such a big match?
Well, and like you mentioned, North Greenville, it starts tonight. If you don't win this game, you can kind of throw out the Tuesday game at this point in time. So you got to take care of business tonight, get 3 points against a tricky North Greenville game. 4th game in 8 days. It's not going to be easy. So we got to get through them, get the win. And then, like I said, we'll probably go Thursday, Friday off, try and recover a little bit, get some of our players that will be missing back into the fold, then get back to training Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and get ready to battle with King. We've put ourselves in a good position by beating Mount Olive on the road. Right. So right now they sit in 3rd. We've got a game at hand on both them and King, and we've got the head-to-head on Mount Olive. So if we can get the win tonight, take care of business against King, that puts us in really good position because we'll have the head-to-head over the teams that are fighting for third and fourth with us.
Nice. We talked a little about your defense earlier. Let's go kind of touch real quick on your offense. Paul Vassert, the freshman from France, has played very well, and Thomas Dealey's just been lights out. Can you talk about their performance as well as Maurice?
Maurice, I'll start there. When you're getting a goal from your left back in 2 consecutive games, that's unexpected productivity. So it just has kind of added to what we've been doing. And I know he had the game winner in the last game, and I think he had the backbreaker in the game against Mount Olive, scoring the second goal in a 3-minute span for us. He's been phenomenal. An added bonus, as you could say, Jacob Copeland. He stepped into the starting 11 the past few games. Belmont Abbey scored the 2 goals and then got the game winner against Mount Olive. He's been a huge asset this month. Thomas Dealey, get the guy on all conference. He's been unreal. From the bicycle kick goal that he had against Belmont Abbey to the way he's been contributing match in and match out. We just need him to stay level-headed but continue to play with confidence and continue, giving us scoring opportunities. And then you can't forget about Paul. Obviously, as you mentioned, he's been a great hold-up player for us. But more importantly, Nathan Watt's been on a tear lately. He's been in on every single Tom Dealey goal, whether it's the goal or the assist. Those two just feed off of each other. They're kind of Nathan especially, is kind of the energizer of this team, emotionally, physically, doesn't get tired. So right now, the reality is everything's clicking. And when everything's clicking, it also means that people like Matt Curitan in the middle are doing their job, and whoever we've had in there with him is doing their job. And that you're seeing the full effect right now of what solid defense, solid defending can lead into positive attacking force.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Chris.
Fans, you can check out the Bobcats in action here tonight against North Greenville at 7 o'clock. Then they're going to hit the road to go to King on Tuesday. And then they're home for senior night against Erskine on Halloween. I believe kick is at 5.
Correct, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock? So fans, come and support your Bobcats as they make a push towards the playoffs. And we'll be back shortly with This Week in Bobcat Athletics.
Hi, and welcome to This Week in Bobcat Athletics. I'm Justin Perlow. I'm a student athlete here on the cycling team at Lees-McRae, and today I'm sitting here with Coach Tim Hall of the Lees-McRae cycling team. Tim, thanks for joining me today.
My pleasure.
This past weekend, you guys had the Southeastern Conference Championships at Clemson, and you guys walked away with the Division I Team Omnium title. For those that don't know, Tim, maybe you can elaborate on what a Team Omnium title actually means.
Well, it was our main goal for this mountain bike season, and what it represents for us is total commitment by everyone at the school, from the president down to the least experienced rider. So what it does is it's a culmination of points earned by every rider in every event at every level. So it's not just our A elite riders that are going to nationals, it's our C riders, our B riders, and it's the culmination of everyone's hard work from start to finish. And not just that, but coaching staff and the resources and the time and energy it takes to race a full season of mountain biking and to come out on top. We had a really good battle with Georgia Tech throughout the whole season, and then later in the year, Brevard College made a strong surge forward. They ended up in second place, and Georgia Tech was third. But we set the championship as our goal, and we hit it. And so, it's been an exciting year from top to bottom. Probably one of my most exciting, in my own coaching career, watching the success and the development of all of our athletes pushing forward throughout the season.
36 victories, 97 podiums, is that right?
Yes.
And lots of success. Like you said, team overall throughout the season. That's a lot of momentum. How do you plan on keeping that going this weekend into mountain bike national championships?
Well, those numbers of success, they're quite staggering. I would not have predicted that on the front end, that we would have that much success. And so as it goes into nationals, of course, going there, we're only taking our elite A riders. So no B riders, no C riders. And so, we feel like it's been a wonderful year already. And so to go there and capitalize on that momentum, it's not going to be easy, because the stakes are higher and everyone that we're competing against is going to be on their A game. But we're going to go there and just keep doing what we've been doing. And there's no pressure on us. We just show up. If we race to our ability, and if we have a few riders just race above themselves a little bit, then we're going to end up where we're supposed to be. Obviously, we would love to win. It's been a while since we have won a national championship, but main goal, be on the podium. Feel like we have the talent to be top 3 overall in the end. Of course, it's a national championship, so anything can happen. We have to be on our best game for good things to happen, and we need for our competition to have some struggles and some difficulties. And so I think anyone who becomes champion, that's the case.
And so those were a little bit of your team expectations for this weekend. And last year we saw Phil Metz take 2 national championships, both on dual slalom downhill. And in the past, plenty of seniors have been on the podium for Omnium. What do you expect for individual success this weekend? Is there any expectations for that?
And looking throughout our history, we have a lot more individual success than we do team success. If you look at Lees-McRae throughout the years, by my count, I think we have 54 total individual national champions. And so my challenge to our team is who's going to be number 55. Phil is is a good candidate for that. He could be 55 and 56. So we look for him to do really well, and he's got some stiff competition with some of the riders, Lindsey Wilson and Fort Lewis and Marion. It's not going to be easy. And so even if he ends up on the podium, that's a success for Phil and for our team. And so, Phil's got a really good shot. I look for Haley Saruski to perform well in the downhill. She's been very consistent in the downhill throughout the season. Then, of course, we have some seniors on the team. On the male side, Matt Clements and Gunnar Berge and Cody Phillips, all of whom could end up on the individual Omnium at the end, which is a culmination of points through all 4 events. There's maybe not any one event where they're going to be on the top step, but they can definitely have the talent and the skill to end up on the podium. So, we're not only looking to succeed as a team, but there's these little pockets of areas where we're very good at, that these individuals can, rise to the occasion and stand on the podium and earn a medal and potentially even win a jersey.
Very exciting. Like you said, lots of individuals that have a good chance this weekend up at Snowshoe in West Virginia. So as a cyclist, I'm really proud of what we've done this whole season, and I'm really looking forward to what we can do at Nationals.
Same here.
So best of luck this weekend, Coach.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you for joining me today. And stay tuned for more of This Week in Bobcat Athletics.
And welcome back to This Week in Bobcat Athletics. Sports Information Director Chris Parker here. We're going to give you a little bit of a recap and then look forward to the events coming up here at Lees-McRae in our athletic department. To reflect back, the volleyball team hosted a tri-match last week. They lost 3-1 to both UVA-wise and Brevard. They traveled down to King, played a very tough King team, and unfortunately fell 3-0 there. Our women's soccer team hosted Catawba last week, and they beat them in double overtime, 1-0. Cheyenne Warwick with the game winner, and we had a chance to talk to Coach Kiko Magani about his team's performance.
All right, Coach, double overtime win. What can you say about your team's gutsy performance? That's what it was, gutsy. Really, it's we do have our off days, but the intensity was always there, and the never quit momentum, and they were always into it no matter what, and they play hard, they play with their hearts, and at the end, that's what really won us the game, and some quality at the end, which was great, and put that together, and it was an amazing game.
What were your halftime adjustments? You guys came out and outshot them 10-4 in the second half.
Well, we had a lot of mismatches that we needed to talk over at halftime, and changed a little bit in the midfield, and next thing you know, everybody started to play on the same page, and it just got us in the game. It didn't put our chances away, but we had to wait till overtime, double overtime to do it, but at the end we got one.
All right. Back-to-back wins, both by shutouts. Can you talk a little bit about your defense and Alexis Feely?
Yeah, it's just not those two, but everybody really. In training, we do a lot of defensive work, and that's one thing we pride ourselves on, is being more defensively sound than the other team, and at the end of the day, that's what's going to get us a chance to win.
All right. Last question. Big matchup against Mount Olive this weekend. Quick turnaround. How do you feel about that matchup?
Obviously great, 2 in a row. It's going to be a great matchup with us getting back into Conference Carolinas play, but momentum's on our side, and we're going to keep training hard and go to make it 3 in a row at Mount Olive.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks.
And we also got a chance to talk to Cheyenne Warwick, who scored the match-winning goal in the second overtime period. Cheyenne, game winner. What'd you see on the play?
I was wide open. I screamed for the ball for Sarah, and she gave it to me.
Back-to-back shutouts. How do you feel about your team's momentum as you go to Mount Olive this weekend?
We're doing great. This is what we really needed in the middle of the season because we were having a little rough patch, but now I feel like we got the momentum to go forward.
What can you talk about defensively? I mean, you guys second shutout in a row, and Alexis Feely with some great saves.
Alexa's doing great back there. She's really holding us together, and if it wasn't for her, we would have got scored on quite a bit today.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And then the team would travel to Mount Olive on Saturday. They lost 2-0. Mount Olive is one of the top tier teams in the conference. Girls put up a pretty good fight. A couple second half goals got past them. Then they turned around and played Barton to a scoreless double overtime draw, and you can take a minute and take a look at some highlights from that match.
Bobcat!
And as you saw on the men's side, the men's soccer team has been on fire in August. They have won 4 of 5. 3 of them have been via the shutout. They went to Mars Hill, won that 2-1. They traveled down to Mount Olive, won that 2-0. And that was a big match as Mount Olive currently sits 3rd in Conference Carolina standings, and Lees-McRae is 5th. And the Bobcats will take on North Greenville tonight. Also, the Bobcats took care of business against Barton on Monday as they won that match 2-0, and we have some highlights of that right now.
Get it back in! Ball it again! No with him, Matthew. Stay with him. Come on. Do it, 28. Okay. Hey. Hi. Rodrigo, that's your man. Go. Away. Move that way. Hey, follow him, boys. Away, help me. Away.
Bobcat goal scored by number 17, Maurice Kleiners.
Both soccer teams will be in action tonight against North Greenville. The women go at 5, the men at 7. Volleyball is going to hit the road as they will go to Belmont Abbey for a match at 7 o'clock, a couple days off. Then Friday, the women's volleyball team is going to host Pfeiffer here at Williams Gymnasium at 7 o'clock. It's going to be the Dig Pink Teal game. That's to raise awareness for breast and ovarian cancer. There will be t-shirts and jerseys for sale, so if you get a chance, please come out and support the Bobcats and the cause. Then the volleyball team will turn around and play Belmont Abbey here, so they'll get them twice in 4 days. As you saw Justin and Coach Tim Hall, big week in cycling coming up as they go to Snowshoe, West Virginia for the Mountain Bike National Championships. And then they had a successful weekend in Clemson last weekend. So that's all that we have going on right now. So until next week, we will be back here shortly on This Week in Bobcat Athletics.
We're back with This Week in Bobcat Athletics. I'm Vice President of Athletics, Craig McPhail. I tell you, I get really tired just listening to Chris recap all the week's activities and what we have coming up next. I think the moral of the story is, if you get a chance to watch this, I would love for you to come out and watch our young people play. There's a lot of activities going on. It's a good, healthy, fun, entertaining environment, and I think your family would enjoy it. I think your young children would, and I think that there's opportunities for many people to kind of get involved with Lees-McRae Athletics. Make a difference. Be an impact player. I say this every time, but I must tell you, there is a lot of great things that are happening on our campus with wonderful young people. In the sports that they play, everybody's got a little bit of an athlete in them. We're all competitive, so why not come out, cheer on the green and gold, take a look at what we've done, take a look at what we're doing. Be a part of Bobcat Nation. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. In fact, you'll get a chance to see just how much a difference you can make in the lives of a young person. And it's a rewarding time for both them and yourself. I encourage you all to look online at www.lmcbobcats.com. Find a schedule. We've got them at a lot of different restaurants around town. Love for you to come out, see what I'm talking about. Come by, I'll give you a tour. Please, be invested in Lees-McRae Athletics in Avery County as we make a difference, and I'm telling you, you'll really enjoy it. Until next week, folks, have a great weekend.